Welcome to English Compass. Our unique and exciting stories will help you learn English quickly and easily. Today, we're diving into a wild ride, Ramon Laguarta, and the journey to revive PepsiCo. Imagine you hold a cold Pepsi can. You eat a crunchy bag of Lay's. You wonder how a soda and snack company becomes a symbol of sustainability. You wonder how a soda and snack company becomes a symbol of innovation. Well, that's the story of Ramon Laguarta, the guy who turned PepsiCo into a superhero of the food and drink world. First, answer me. What makes a company like PepsiCo attractive? Is it the taste? Is it the advertising? Is it something else? Part 1. Rewind to the past. Who is Ramon Laguarta? Let's go back to Barcelona, Spain. Ramon Laguarta was born in 1963. Laguarta graduated with both a bachelor's and a master's degree in business administration from ESSEC Business School in Burro in 1985. In 1986, he earned a master's degree in international management from Thunderbird School of Global Management. Before joining PepsiCo, Ramon worked at Chupa Chups. Chupa Chups is a famous lollipop company. Yes, you heard right. This man went from selling lollipops to leading a global company. What do you think? Can selling lollipops prepare you to lead a company like PepsiCo? Drop your thoughts in the comments. In 1996, Ramon joined PepsiCo and began his journey in the European business sector. He quickly rose through the leadership ranks, from vice president of marketing in Spain to general manager for the Greece and Iberia region. In 2014, he became CEO of Europe and Sub-Saharan Africa. He led a big deal to buy a Russian company, Wim-Bil-Dan. The company made milk and juice. The deal cost $5.4 billion. It's surprising, isn't it? Have you ever wondered how someone manages snacks and soda across 3 continents? Share your ideas below. Part 2. Taking the PepsiCo throne. In 2018, Indra Nooyi left her role as PepsiCo CEO after 12 years. Ramon Laguarta was chosen as her replacement. You know, for 22 years, Ramon wore many hats at PepsiCo, from sales to marketing to CEO of Europe and Sub-Saharan Africa. It was a long journey. Ramon never gave up. He said, "I always think about building a strong foundation for the future." He did exactly that. In 2018, when Ramon became CEO, PepsiCo faced big challenges. Sales were not good. Competition with Coca-Cola was tough. The market was changing fast. What is the hardest thing about leading a struggling big company? What would you do? Would you raise prices? Would you cut costs? Would you do something different? Let us know in the comments. Ramon used his experience to change the company's strategy. He focused on sustainable growth. He built a stronger brand. Part 3. Ramon's strategy. A mix of crazy and genius. Ramon didn't just sit in meetings with reports. He was like a crazy scientist in a lab. He tested everything to find the perfect formula. Here are his secret weapons. New products. Ramon launched sugar-free drinks. He launched protein-rich snacks. He even tried strange ideas like kale-flavored soda. That was a joke. Would you try it? He wanted PepsiCo to be fun. He wanted PepsiCo to be healthy. Sustainability. He made PepsiCo greener. He reduced plastic. He used renewable energy. He promised to protect the planet. Great marketing. Ramon knew PepsiCo needed cool stories to win customers' hearts. He invested in creative ads. He worked with famous stars. he made Pepsi a lifestyle. Do you think kale-flavored soda is real? Would you try it? Share your thoughts. Part 4. Marketing. When PepsiCo became a pop culture star. You might not know this, but PepsiCo was already a marketing beast before Ramon took over. Remember the iconic Pepsi vending machine ad from the Joy of Pepsi campaign? Launched in 1999, it was one of Pepsi's biggest hits, featuring superstars like David Beckham, Ronaldinho, and pop princess Britney Spears. Mocking its rival has now become a source of fun for Pepsi. Not long after, Pepsi released a commercial video titled Pepsi Vending Machine. The video showed a boy at a vending machine. The boy put in a coin. He chose a can of Coca-Cola. Surprisingly, he chose another Coca-Cola can. You might think, is this a Pepsi ad or a Coca-Cola love story? But no, the boy used the two Coca-Cola cans to step on. He reached the Pepsi button higher up. This was Pepsi's way of mocking its rival. Coca-Cola later filed a lawsuit against Pepsi for brand mockery. But the company quickly withdrew the lawsuit and hit back at its brother Pepsi with a comeback that was nothing short of iconic. Want to know how Coca-Cola clapped back? Comment Compass below, and we'll spill the tea on this hilarious brand war in our next video. When Ramon took over, he made PepsiCo focus on many products. The company now owns 22 brands. The company keeps promoting to increase brand recognition. Ramon didn't just make products. He turned PepsiCo into a cultural icon. Pepsi Generations Campaign, 2018. Ramon launched limited edition Pepsi cans featuring Michael Jackson and Britney Spears, taking fans on a nostalgic trip back to the good old days. Would you want one of those retro cans on your shelf? Would you want one of those retro cans on your shelf? In 2021, he increased the advertising budget by 30% in one quarter. It was like betting the world that PepsiCo would make you say, wow, he won that bet. Fan-created flavors. Frito-Lay let fans invent and vote for new Lay's flavors, boosting sales by 12%. Who knew potato chips could be this exciting? Ramon might have said, I don't want Pepsi to be just a soda. He might have said, I want it to make you feel cool. The world started living the Pepsi lifestyle. Which PepsiCo campaign blew your mind? If you could pick a celebrity for their next ad, who'd it be? Drop it in the comments. When COVID-19 hit, the world shut down. Ramon saw an opportunity. He launched 2 online shopping websites. The websites were pantryshop.com and snacks.com. It was like bringing a PepsiCo store to your home. It was like saying, can't go out? No problem, we'll bring the party to you. While others struggled, Ramon made PepsiCo survive. Ramon made PepsiCo grow stronger. He changed the advertising message to be friendlier. A survey with Ipsos showed 80% of consumers wanted brands to show empathy during the pandemic marketing dive. PepsiCo created warm ads. The ad said, we're here with you through tough times. Can a Pepsi can bring some joy during lockdown days? Part 5. The vision of the man who brought smiles to every sip. Under Ramon's leadership, PepsiCo set a bold mission: create more smiles with every sip and every bite. Sounds like something straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, right? And the results? 7 straight quarters of double-digit revenue growth. LinkedIn. Even Coca-Cola had to tip their hat. Picture him in Paris, speaking fluent French, convincing everyone that Pepsi is the joie de vivre. Is speaking 6 languages Ramon's secret superpower? What do you think? So after this video, have you answered that big question from the start? Ramon never gave up. adapting to economic shifts with lightning speed to build the PepsiCo we know today. His PepsiCo positive vision turned the company into a global leader in drinks and snacks, while keeping sustainability front and center. PepsiCo leadership. I hope you'll be like Ramon, fearless in trying new things even in uncharted territory. And like PepsiCo, no matter how many times you fall, you can rise stronger than ever. Over 120 years since its founding, the little guy Pepsi has grown into a titan, bold enough to go toe-to-toe with the big brother Coca-Cola. Pepsi's success proves that no failure is final if you know how to harness your inner strength to rise again. Conclusion. From a lollipop-slinging guy in Barcelona, Ramon Laguarta turned PepsiCo into an epic empire. He proved that with creativity, strategy, and a dash of humor, you can wake up a sleeping giant. Let's talk about this. If you had a brand of your own, what would you do to market it? Would you go bold like Pepsi or take a more subtle route? And more importantly, what have you learned from Ramon's relentless spirit? His journey shows us that even in tough times, vision and creativity can turn the game around. That's all for today's video. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of our videos.